Buy cheap and safe NBA 2K22 MT at NBA2King.com. You can use code Excapar, that's EXCAPAR, for 5% off your entire purchase.
Alrighty, everybody, we have all of these new moments of the month cards, and I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys, everybody, like diamond above, all the best badges you could go ahead and add on to all of these wonderful cards. So if you guys are hit the like button down below, comment what you guys think of the video. I am going to be skipping the amethyst and the rubies. I just think these guys are cool, but if you're gonna badge up anybody, it should probably only honestly be one or two from the diamonds, and then from the pink diamonds as well as job. So we're just gonna get right into it and just have a good time. So the first card that we're gonna be looking at is Kelden Johnson, obviously 6'8", 6'10" wingspan, and this Cam Johnson is a card that's pretty interesting to me because I feel like you could add a lot of badges to him, depending what you like for Cam Johnson. He's got jump shot 70 on quick, the shifty dribble style, that basic combos, and that hard and moving behind the back. So what I kind of elected to do is kind of give him a little bit of everything. So I started off with Posterizer because he does have an 80 driving dunk, and he does have a good set of tendencies, and then once we do that, we can head down, add a brick wall onto him because he will be playing the small forward and the power forward for us. It's like it's kind of a stretch big. I just want him to be able to set screens, limit those back downs with that only 80 strength. I just think it helps him a little bit. And then the other badges that we're going to be adding are going to be in playmaking because he has that shifty dribble style, some decent dribbling animations. So there's 3 badges that I think you should pick from here, honestly, that are just the most special, if we're being honest, or 4 badges, sorry. So you can add 3 because we've already added 2 in Posterizer and a brick wall. So there's 4 badges I think that are nice, and you have to pick 3 of them. So Unpluckable, Hyperdrive, Quick Chain, and Handles for Days are the 4 badges. If I had to pick, I'd probably go Unpluckable, Quick Chain, and Hyperdrive just because I don't think I'll be using this Kelden Johnson every single possession to dribble. So just some short bursts will mean that Handles for Days won't be too big of a deal. But if you're noticing that just using Cam Johnson, normally you're not really getting ripped too much, you could skip out on Unpluckable for Handles for Days, or, Quick Chain for Handles for Days, but I personally would just go Unpluckable, Quick Chain, Hyperdrive, Brick Wall, and Posterizer. Next, for Wendell Carter Jr. This one is another interesting card, but I think there's some pretty simple ones to add here. First off, it's unstrippable. We're using a big man. He was 6'10", playing our center and power forward position. We need to get that unstrippable just so we don't lose the ball whenever we're trying to go up with it. That is probably one of the most annoying things you could go against. And then I'd probably add a glue hands as well. Make sure we get those good catch animations when we're driving to the basket, catching for threes. Just anything, glue hands is always just a good badge to have out there. And then we're going to add a Deadeye and a Blinders for the other 2 badges. Deadeye just helps limit those contests, Blinders to side contests. And the last badge, it's kind of a fun one. I just think it'll be cool to have with a 92 block. He has gold rim protector already. I think adding a chase down artist can really be fun because honestly, I think chase down blocks are some of the easiest ones to get this year. And once you add this gold chase down artist onto him, he's going to be blocking everything with a 92 block and a 7'3" wingspan. I think it's going to make Wendell Carter pretty nice. But the biggest ones to add are unstrippable, Deadeye, and Blinders, just because jump shot 62, a little bit slow on the normal timing. Next is my man Kelden Johnson, who I've been making some bets on him, and he's been going crazy. Kelden Johnson's actually been hooping this season, got the can't pace more jumper on quick, and he's kind of one of those guys who, I don't have a bunch of badges that I absolutely love on him, but there are some nice ones. Limitless takeoff, just so again we can dunk better. I mean, come on, easy badge, have some fun with. Brick wall, because again, this is our power forward, small forward. I want to be able to, occasionally set screens and actually have, good animations and limit those back downs. And then, because I was a little bit unsure of what to do, I decided to add chefs. We can shoot a bit better from deep because we already have a limitless spot up. And then hyperdrive and quick chain. He does have that fundamental dribble style, but it doesn't hurt to have a hyperdrive or a quick chain on a card, just so when you do decide to do some dribble moves like a hop step or whatever, it goes a little bit quicker in some of those combos, which is always nice, and it's more effective with hyperdrive. Next is Gary Payton II, who is honestly, you really just need to badge up a bunch of shooting onto him. But I would add a brick wall and a rim protector onto him because he does have an 80 block and a 6'8" wingspan at only 6'3", so rim protector can be absolutely amazing. And brick wall to help limit those back downs, 82 strength, and he can be great. And he's coming with Hall of Fame Posterizer with a 95 driving dunk. It's going to be crazy. So the other 3 badges that we're going to add are going to be in shooting and add sniper, Deadeye, and Blinders. Just a nice little trio for a guy that's got jump shot 8 on quick. I think those 3 are going to be really great and make a really, really good Diamond Gary Payton, because this guy's defense and tendencies are kind of crazy. I just wish he didn't have a 99 foul. Next is my man Reggie Jackson, 6'2", 6'5" wingspan. He's actually going to be the last of the diamonds that we're going to cover. And Reggie Jackson is kind of one of those weird cards because like jump shot 10 on the normal timing really isn't great. Like it's okay on Penny Hardaway because Penny's 6'7", but for Reggie, I don't know. he does have that shifty dribble style though. So with Reggie, I think the first badge we got to add is Posterizer. We have a 75 driving dunk, and the thing that I say every single time is if you have, you know, a 70 or higher driving dunk and they actually have a 70 or higher tendency, it's definitely worth it to add Posterizer onto them. So we're going to add that on it. And then Sniper and Deadeye, well, because we have that slow jumper and jump shot 10, if you're going to be using this Reggie Jackson, you got to have a Deadeye onto him, and you got to have a Sniper. It's just going to make him so much more consistent of a shooter and just of a player in general. And the last two badges are just going to help us out on defense, but we got Brick Wall to help limit those backdowns, and we only have a 60 strength, so we kind of need it. And then we're going to add Intimidator just because it helps us with those, you know, contests, make people miss shots, especially inside of the paint. So just an all-around really good badge to have, especially on a guy like Reggie Jackson, who's going to be playing our point guard and probably going to have a lot of matchups against some guys that are taller than him at this point in the year. So next up is my man Tyrese Haliburton. They hoed Tyrese by not giving him the quick jumper. If they gave him the Aaron Gordon jumper on quick with the shifty dribble style, this Tyrese probably would have been one of the best cards that dropped yesterday. But the jumper's a little bit baited now because 6'5 wingspan, or 6'5 height, 6'9 wingspan. He's crazy. Anyway, Tyrese is going to be a really fun card. I think one badge you got to add is going to be this Deadeye right here, just because he's got decent finishing, and I just said it, that Aaron Gordon jumper is a little bit too slow, so adding something like Deadeye is really going to help him out. My next one that they definitely missed, but I would love to have on him, is Quick Chain. He has amazing playmaking, so boosting up that shifty dribble style and some pretty decent dribbling animations with Quick Chain is just going to be great everything. And then I'm going to come down here, give him a Menace to help limit those, lower those stats and those badges of the guys that we're guarding out there on the perimeter. Brick Wall, so people try to back us down with like a Ben Simmons, for example. We're not going to be a pup out there. And then Rim Protector, because we have an 80 block and a 6'9 wingspan at the point guard position. I think it's going to be great. This Tyrese, I think, is going to be a great shooter when he's wide open, but he has a really baited jumper, so finishing, playmaking, and defense is kind of more of his thing, and he's pretty damn good at it. I got to give it to him, man. He's pretty nice. Next is Pink Diamond Brandon Ingram, 6'7 small forward with a 7'3 wingspan. And Brandon Ingram's just a good card already. So I wasn't really sure too much of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to give him a brick wall and a box because if he is playing our small forward position, I want to be able to get back, you know, box out a little bit so people can pick up those scraps and be able to set screens just in case I decide to run a super small ball lineup and have him at the 4, though I don't think I'll do that too often. And then have a pick dodger, just because a lot of people are running super cheesy small forwards now, and Brandon Ingram may catch a matchup against one of them. And if there's, you know, sets and screens with David Robinson, for example, or Kevin Garnett, I don't want to be caught on those. So those 3 badges are pretty simple for me. And then I tossed up post move lockdown, Giant Slayer, and mismatch expert between these like 3 badges. You can pick 2 of those 3, but I'm personally going to go with like a Giant Slayer and a mismatch expert just to capitalize on that jump shot 75 on quick. And I think mismatch expert is people that are 3 inches taller or more. And at 6'7", that means a lot of 6'10 small forwards. And considering it's probably going to be a lot of 6'10 guys closing out on them, I'm going to go with mismatch on that one. Next is my man Dejante Murray. We did the gameplay on this card yesterday. He's actually pretty damn decent. As you would expect, Dejante Murray, 6'4", 6'10 wingspan, which is crazy. Has great finishing, decent shooting, is a great playmaker and a great defender. I wish they would have given him a higher block. I mean, he's got a 32 block with a 6'10 wingspan on a PG would have been crazy. But without that, we got some pretty key badges. The trio of shooting badges that I feel like you have to add if they don't have them: Sniper, Blinders, and Deadeye. Those 3 are just kind of crucial at this point. We're really going to change the game. His jump shot 93, even on the quick timing, still a bit slow, still a bit baited. But shifty dribble style is going to be pretty nice with him. And then I think once we do those 3, we're going to head over to our defensive ones. Add Brick Wall, again, limit those backdowns, help out slightly undersized guards, and then Intimidator because he does have a low interior, so we want to help as much as we can. And I think Intimidator does help with at least mid-range shots, which is always going to be nice. I think this Dejante Murray could have been crazy, but I think with that low strength that they gave him, low interior and low block, they may have some future plans for Dejante Murray, because this one just, I don't know, it doesn't seem as crazy as he could have been. Either way, we can move on to Nikolausovich, who's a pretty damn decent card. I think he is, I haven't really checked the exact changes between him and his diamond, but yeah, I mean, just a straight upgrade. Aside from shot IQ, apparently. Just a lot of extra badges and just an all-around good card. So if you like this diamond, pick up this free pink diamond. This can be a really fun card. 6'11", 7'4 wingspan, and Vucevic is an interesting one. But I would definitely start off with finishing here, giving him a posterizer and an unstrippable. He has a really good post game and has a good standing, you know, dunk of a 90 and a 70 driving dunk. So getting those dunking animations with the posterizer can be great. And unstrippable, if we're going to be playing in the post a lot, which I expect you will with Vucevic, you're not going to want to get stripped every single time you have the ball by some of those shorter guys with ball stripper. So unstrippable is definitely a really crucial badge to have. And then I would also add a auxiliary finisher just because we already have good finishing. good dunking, and Slithery is just a good badge, helps you get rid of some of the contests that some people have finishing that basket, and I think it can really help if you're somebody who loves the paint mash, so keep out on that. And the last two badges may be an interesting choice for some people, but I'm going to go with Clamps just because there's a lot of faster centers that are coming out right now with only an 80 speed. I want to be able to get those bump animations and just hold people a little bit better on the perimeter. And then Unpluckable, just because just like Unshowable, I'm getting ripped a lot with my centers, and I think Unpluckable, if they don't have it, is definitely a nice badge to have out there. It doesn't make the biggest of differences, but it is really nice to have it on some of those centers, so I'm going to add it to my Vucevic. And then go back a few too many. And then we can go to CJ McCollum, who's our second to last card. And CJ is a bit of a weird one, but 6'3", 6'6" wingspan. First off, Posterizer. Now, I've said it with like a 70 or higher, but he has a 60 driving dunk and has an 80 driving dunk tendency. So I do think that the CJ is actually going to try to dunk pretty often. And without Posterizer, he's not really going to be getting those finishes. So I think with Hall of Fame Giant Slayer and Go Posterizer, he definitely can actually be a threat at dunking the ball, which is going to be pretty nice. And then if you also wanted to boost that up, you could add a limitless takeoff, but I'll touch on that just a little bit later. So first off, only one is Posterizer. And then we're going to add the defense, and this is where we're just going to start adding badges. We're going to add a brick wall, an interceptor, an intimidator. Boom, 1, 2, 3, right off rip. For a total of 4 badges right there. Brick wall, again, helps limit those backdowns. Interceptor, we can still pass out the lane with 84 steals, can be pretty nice. And intimidator just helps us play good defense all around. It's also crazy to me that CJ McCollum is a better interior defense than Dejante Murray, which is kind of wild. So for that fifth and final badge, I think you can go with either limitless takeoff, so you can, dunk from farther back. It just helps you dunk in general and just be better out there, or rim protector, because he does have 70 block and a 6'6" wingspan, so it can be pretty nice. I personally would lean towards limitless takeoff to mix with Posterizer, but that's neither here nor there. And then the last guy that we got out here is going to be the wonderful Dark Matter Ja Morant that I think a lot of people have by now, because he's a super quick grind. I'm going to try to get on it eventually, just have a lot of stuff going on with school, but either way, not what we're here for. Ja Morant already is going to be one of the best and most fun cards in the game right now. Paul George jumper on quick dribble style, D-Rose combo, Kawhi behind the back, decent defensive tendencies, but you can make him a bit better. Brick wall, definitely one that you could add, and post move lockdown, as well as rim protector. Rim protector, he's got a 75 block, he's got a 6'7" wingspan, a crazy vertical. He's going to be blocking a lot of shots. Brick wall, because we have a low strength and we just want to limit those backdowns just in case. It just helps out, honestly. And then post move lockdown, just because if we do get down into the post, people have, the brick wall is not working too well. I don't want to get killed by drop steps or post spins or anything like that. And post move lockdown just helps us get around those. And then, honestly, after that, I was kind of tossing around some things. So I think off ball pass, you can stick through people on screens and stuff like that. The off ball movement I think can really help. And then I decided to add a set shooter, because that's actually a pretty damn good badge, just to help us shoot with that pull door jumper on quick. And then slippery off ball, so that Ja Morant himself, if you like to run a lot of plays, can get through some of those screens. And it's just because there's not too many others that I love. You can sub out the slippery off ball for something like Rise Up if you wanted to, but I'm gonna just stick with that personally. So that has been all of the cards that I think are too worth talking about. I can do a video talking about these other 75 anniversary cards like Akeem, Parrish, Cedric Maxwell, and Chris Mullin. If you guys want to, let me know that down in the comment section below. But for now, like the video if you guys did enjoy, comment down below what you guys think, and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.